Hello everyone, I am Angeline Ipak from Magakan San Chismira, Cagayan. I am currently teaching at Benlipen Christian Learning School, and my task is to report on the concept of leadership. Managers are people who do things right, while leaders are people who do the right thing, according to Warren Benny's PhD on becoming a leader. Good leaders are made, not born. If you have the desire and willpower, you can become an effective leader. Good leaders develop through a never-ending process of self-study, education, training, and experience. This guide will help you through that process. To inspire your people into higher level of teamwork, there are certain things you must be, know, and do. These do not come naturally but are acquired through continual work and study. The best leaders are continually working and studying to improve their leadership skills. Definition of leadership. Leadership is a complex process by which a person influences others to accomplish a mission, task, or objective and directs the organization in the way that makes it more cohesive and coherent. A person carries out this process by applying her leadership attributes, belief, values, ethics, character, knowledge, and skills. Although your position as a manager, supervisor, lead gives you the authority to accomplish certain tasks and objectives in the organization, this power does not make you a leader. It simply makes you the boss. Leadership makes a people want to achieve high goals and objectives, while on the other hand, bosses lead people to accomplish a task or objective. There are three basic ways to explain how people become leaders. First, trait theory. Some personality traits may lead people naturally into leadership roles. Second, great events theory. A crisis or important event may cause a person to rise to the occasion, which brings out extraordinary leadership qualities in an ordinary person. Third, transformational leadership skills. It is the most widely accepted theory today and the premise on which this guide is based. People can choose to become leaders. People can learn leadership skills. Two most important keys on of leadership. A Hayes study examined over 75 key components of employee satisfaction. They found that trust and confidence on top leadership was the single most reliable predictor of employee satisfaction in an organization. Effective communication by leadership in three critical areas was the key to winning organization trust and confidence. Helping employees understand the company's overall business strategy. Second, helping employees understand how they contribute to achieving key business objectives. Three, sharing information with employees on both how the company is doing and how an employee's own division in is doing relative to strategic business objectives. So basically, you must be trustworthy and you have to be able to communicate a vision of where you are going. So there are 11 principles of leadership. 1. Know yourself and seek self-improvement. In order to know yourself, you have to understand your be, know, and do attributes. Seeking self-improvement means continually strengthening your attributes. This can be accomplished through reading, self-study classes. Second, be technical proficient. As a leader, you must know your job and have a solid familiarity with your employees' jobs. 3. Seek responsibility and take responsibility for your actions. Search for ways to guide your organization to new heights. And when things go wrong, they will sooner or later. Do not blame others. Analyze the situation, take corrective action, and move on to the next challenge. 4. Make sound and timely decisions. Use good problem-solving decision-making and planning tools. 5. Set the example. Be a good role model for your employees. They must not only hear what they are expected to do, but also see. 6. Know your people and look out for their well-being. Know human nature and the importance of sincerely caring for your workers. 7. Keep your people informed. Know how to communicate with your people, seniors, and other key people within the organization. 8. Develop a sense of responsibility in your people. Develop good character traits within your people that will help them carry out their personal responsibilities. 9. Ensure that tasks are understood, supervised, and accomplished. Communication is the key to this responsibility. Train your people as a team. Although many so-called leaders call their organization, department, section, etc. a team, they are not really teams. They are just a group of people doing their jobs. 11. And the last, use the full capabilities of your organization. By developing a team spirit, you will be able to employ your organization, department, section, etc. to its fullest capabilities. There are also 4 factors of leadership. The 4 major factors of leaderships are the follower, leader, communication, and situation. Follower, different people require different styles of leadership. For example, a new hire requires more supervision than an expert employee. A person with a poor attitude requires a different approach than one with a high degree of motivation. You must know your people. The fundamental starting point is having a good understanding of human nature, needs, emotions, and motivation. You must know your employees' be, know, and do attributes. Second, leader. You must have a honest understanding on who you are, what you know, what you can do. Also note that it is the followers, not the leader, who determines if a leader is successful. If a follower does not trust or lacks confidence in her leader, then she will be uninspired. To be successful, you have to convince your followers not yourself on your superiors than you have that you are worthy of being followed. Communication. You lead through two-way communication. Most of it is nonverbal. For instance, when you set the example that communicates to your people that you would not ask them to perform anything that you would not be willing to do, what and how you communicate either builds or harms the relationship between you and your employees. Last, situation. All situations are different. What you do in one leadership situation will not always work in another situation. You must use your judgment to decide the best course of action and the leadership style needed for each situation. For example, you may need to confront an employee for inappropriate behavior, but if the confrontation is too late or too early, too harsh, or too weak, then the result may prove ineffective. Various focuses will affect these factors. Examples of forces are your relationship with your seniors, the skill of your people, the informal leaders within your organization, and how your company is organized. Attributes. To be a good leader, there are things that you must be, know, and do. These fall under the leadership framework. Be professional. Be loyal to the organization. Perform selfless service. Take personal responsibility. Be a professional who possesses good character traits. Examples: honesty, competence, commitment, integrity, courage, straightforward, imagination. Know the four factors of leadership: follower, leader, communication, and situation. Know yourself. For example, strengths and weaknesses of your character, knowledge, and skills. Know human nature. Human needs, the emotion, and how people respond to stress. Know your job. Example, be proficient and be able to train others in their task. Know your organization. Example, where to go for help. Its climate and culture, how the unofficial leaders are. Do provide direction. Goal setting, problem solving, decision making, and planning. Do implement communicating, coordinating, supervising, evaluating. Do motivate, develop moral and spiritual in the organization, train, coach, counsel. Environment. So there are two distinct forces that dictate how to act within an organization: culture and climate. This organization has its own distinctive culture. It is a combination of the founders, past leadership, current leadership, history, and size. This results in rights, the routines, rituals, and the way we do things. These rights impact individual behavior on what it takes to be in go, standing the norm and directs the appropriate behavior of each circumstance. Leadership models. In the four framework approach, Bowman and Gill suggest that leaders display leadership behaviors in one of the four types of frameworks: structural, human resource, political, or symbolic. The style can either be effective or ineffective depending upon the chosen behavior in certain situations. Number one, structure framework. In an effective leadership situation and leader is a social architect whose leadership style is analysis and design. In an effective leadership situation, the leader is pretty, petty, tyrant whose leadership style is detailed. Structure leaders focus on structure, strategy, environment, implementation, experimentation, and adaptation. Human resource framework. In an effective leadership situation, the leader is a cata- catalyst and servant whose leadership style is support, advocate, and empowerment. In an effective leadership situation, the leader is a pushover whose leadership style is abdication and fruit. Three, political framework. In an effective leadership situation, the leader is an advocate whose leadership style is coalition and building. In an effective leadership situation, the leader is an hustler whose leadership style is manipulation. Fourth,